Welcome to the debate. We are bypassing the pleasantries. The subject today is the moon as an artificial objects theory. And let's be absolutely clear. This is not a mystery to be solved. It is a critical stagnation, a bug, if you will, in human cognition. It's a mechanism for information arbitrage, selling low-cost illusions for high-value attention, driven purely by the market's addiction to dopamine.
Hold on, you're dismissing some of the most compelling anomalies in our solar system as just a bug? You can't simply wave away the specific data points that have, driven this theory for decades. We're looking at a royal straight flush of anomalies here.
I'm identifying the phenomenon for what it actually is. Information hollowing. The moon is effectively a fixed asset, a shield that stabilizes Earth's axial tilt and absorbs meteoroid impacts. It is a piece of critical infrastructure. To ignore this physical reality in favor of a mystery content narrative is a catastrophic failure of resource management. You're looking at a retaining wall and calling it a spaceship because you're, bored with the concept of survival?
It is not boredom, it is statistical pattern recognition. Look at the numbers. The moon is exactly 400 times smaller than the sun, and it's exactly 400 times closer to Earth, creating a perfect eclipse. The odds of that are, astronomical. Then you add the tidal lock. It has never shown us its backside in all of human history. And the seismic data from Apollo 12. When they dropped the lunar module, the moon, it rang. It rang like a bell for an hour. Nature doesn't ring. Hollow metal structures ring.
And there it is. The narcissism of meaning. You believe that because a cosmic accident is, quote, convenient for us, it must have been made for us.
How is it narcissism to recognize a pattern that defies probability?
Is the ultimate narcissism. Look, if the moon's anomalies were threatening us, you would call it a monster. Because they stabilize us, you call it a guardian. You're falling into the hammer and nail trap. Humans can only recognize the nail, the universe, in a shape that fits their current tools. We live in a technological age, so you project technology onto nature. If this were 1,000 years ago, you'd have called it a god. Now you call it a Death Star. You are simply updating your metaphors to match your industrial capacity.
But the bell ringing is not a metaphor, it's seismic data. The moon vibrates with a high Q factor, suggesting a hollow shell. I mean, if it looks like an artificial construct and sounds like an artificial construct, then ignoring that is it's bad science.
It is a bot detection filter misfiring. Think about how you navigate social media. When you see an account replying instantly with, weird syntax, you flag it as suspicious behavior on SNS or a scam call. Why? Because it deviates from the chaotic norm of human behavior. You are doing the exact same thing here. The moon is a statistical outlier. It's too big, too dry, too resonant. Your brain cannot accept the outlier, so it flags it as artificial. You are treating a rock like a Twitter bot.
Okay, but even if it is a filter misfiring, people need that sense of wonder. It engages them. It opens their minds to possibilities. What is the harm in a little romance if it gets people looking up at the sky?
The harm is that you are consuming information junk food. The cost of producing a lie, aliens built the moon, is zero. The cost of verifying the physics of dry rock resonance is high. You are gorging on low-cost, high-calorie delusions. The internet has become an information garbage house because the verification cost, the price of truth, is higher than the market is willing to pay. You are not opening minds. You are degrading the intellectual soil required to maintain civilization.
You're treating the human imagination like a spreadsheet that needs to be balanced. We aren't auditors. We are looking for connection. If the moon is just a rock, we are alone. If it's a shield, we are cared for. You can't just strip away the narrative and expect people to be happy with cold, dry rocks.
I do not expect you to be happy. I expect you to be solvent. We are facing a reality where the existing system of ownership and accumulation, of views, of junk data, of fantasies, is collapsing under its own verification costs. The logic of the future is not expanding into fantasies of alien architects.
So we just stare at the rock?
We repair the asset, The moon is a shield, Earth is the hull. We transition to a logic where we maintain our actual life support systems, rather than consuming expensive fictions about them. Transitioning to this maintenance mindset is the only rational investment for survival. The debate is over.